So let's talk about what you have done in your separate groups.
Yeah. You go first.
I go first. Okay. So in our group, we are talking about air quality expansion because before the pandemic, it's like it's quite heavy polluted, and you can obviously see that based on the research, after the pandemic, the pollution kind of improved a lot because there are less vehicles and transportation are going on roads. So our design is like warning people to get outside, have a walk and get some fresh air because they are being staying indoors for too long. And it kind of like mention and focus on the well-being because this kind of device keep you in health, like it gives health to you. So I think it's physically health, well-being.
It is kind of encourage people to walk outside the
Get some
homes.
get some fresh air.
Yeah. How about yours?
So our group is kind of like doing the COVID isolation because a lot of people got positive, but they do not want to isolate by themselves, like to stay at home for maybe two weeks or more than 2 weeks. So our design is kind of like we design like the hug something, and we focus on our human's hands, like somebody touch with our body, and we made the different types of the hands and see what the people hug our body, and we also think I also think this talk is like our separate work, but we finally got one common idea. So I think this means that the teamwork. Yeah. So how about you, Yife?
Yes, our group is not focused on the COVID. Our group is talking about the darkness. So we're gonna make something to light up the road when you walk at night, because darkness always make people feel scary about like fall over on the pedestrian or fall into the, what is it called? The manhole cover, the wheel cover. Yeah.
Is that a wearable device?
Yeah, it is kind of use the circuit board to light up, and then use some reflecting material like a mirror or iridescent ribbons to reflect the light to strengthen the light to light up the road in front of you.
So where do you wear it? Like
just on the legs.
okay.
Yeah, it is kind of tie the device onto the leg, and the shape comes from the rear mirror of the car. Yeah, and we are designed to have the reflecting part could be altered to different angles. Sometimes you want the light to be strong and just close to your body. Sometimes you want to see farther, so you just turn it up, and then you can see like a wide range of
you can see further.
Yeah, sounds good. Yeah.
And
how about the mental physical well-being? Yeah.
I mean, so nowadays physical well-being is not the biggest problem. To my opinion, I think mental well-being is more important, because the medical condition, the medical device is more advanced than before, and a lot of
Yeah.
disease could be healed, but the mental health is still a big problem that a lot of people suicide.
Yeah.
Yeah. For example, I guess you all know my personal part of the public space. I make like a pavilion for some people who want to suicide, and to let them go into this place to reconsider their choice by the cliff, because a lot of people they jump over the sea, the cliff every year. Yeah. So, and if somebody got depression, it is not easy for the police, for the doctor to force them to do something. If you force them to do something, it's more difficult for them to solve this problem. So, yeah, sometimes we need to think of to care about special group of people who have the needs, but a lot of people ignore these.
Yeah, I agree with you, and I also think the mental problem is kind of like the autism, and it's like the it seems like our group talking about the isolation, because autism, the people who have autism, like they do not talk too much and always doing some work by themselves, and so I also researched something kind of like the hardware that solve the problem that people who have the autism, and the design is that the chair have the airbag, and the airbag kind of like the people hug with you. So, but I also think the physical problem exists, and but not as same important as the mental problem.
So, based on our design, like we also paid attention on mental well-being, because our function is to warn people like get up and having some fresh air. Like people can go around the park or beside the beach, and which like possibly like fixing your emotion and make you feel better mentally. Like, and also it doesn't need to spend a lot of money to buy like luxury or something physically.
Yeah. It is like the mentally to gain something, not physically, like about money. It's not about money.
Yeah, it's not about
about your feelings.
Yeah.
So isolation is another like reason to increase the number of the mental problems.
Yeah.
So you see in Shanghai the isolation, they call something called politically depression. Yeah, because sometimes you cannot do anything, but you have to stay at home.
Yeah.
And you cannot change about the policy, and you feel anxious, but nobody can help you. Yeah. Especially some old people, they're not in the digital era, and only their children could help them to order food, to do something.
There are no one you can communicate with.
Yeah.
And for the isolation, I think it's also related to the social cohesion, because like everyone has the idea to quarantine, isolate, which also means that we know we need to keep certain distance from each other to keep others safe.
That's right.
And also, at the beginning of COVID, if you put on a mask, sometimes they think you are strange people. They will isolate themselves from you.
Yeah.
And
Kind
this
of
could also cause some problem, because different people got different opinion on that. And if your opinion is like completely different from your friends, may also break your friendship.
Yeah.
That's good. And how you think about what is so under some special situation, how you think design should be to solve what kind of problem or to improve what kind of things?
Like I think design is the meaning of design is that this kind of product that fix people's questions. Like if you need to fix certain problems, like because the design were inspired by questions
Yeah. So you
or
mean,
inconvenience.
you mean that your way of design is more about the problem solving?
Yeah, problem solving, but also including some beauty.
Yeah, I also think so, but in another way, like I think for our designer, the design for the community is kind of like the change our people's life. Like for example, what I understand in the community is the environment and the people. So, like for example, in the countryside, some poor people, even they have the problem with the clothes and the food, and so maybe our designers think about the like the design kind of like the product we could do it and to solve the problem to change their lifestyle.
Yeah. Like for example, you can use the recycled materials, which
Yeah.
doesn't cost a lot of money.
Yeah. So this is kind of think it is about some political reasons because rich people, poor people, yeah, sometimes the countryside, it is some place that far from the city center, so their living condition is not good at all.
Yeah.
So Boshi is focused on the living condition of some poor people.
Yeah.
Also like the problem solving, but this is I mean the community, the society is like a pyramid. So always somebody on the top
Yeah.
and somebody at the bottom. So yeah, I mean for me, I think we could think something to consider about solve some problem about the base part, the people, the inferior people, but we always need to think what is the balance, because if you put too much emphasis and give too many welfares to the poor people,
Yeah.
then you will annoy the rich people,
Yeah,
or
you
even
cannot-
the government. Sometimes they will not happy with that because they need to keep balance between the rich people
Yeah.
and the poor people. Yeah, but well, a lot of things to think about. But